Good morning, students. Today we will start a new chapter from statistics, which is frequency distribution. Okay. So in this chapter we are going to study the different concepts of a variables, attributes, classification, frequency distribution, methods of classification and etc. So the main objective of this chapter is to understand the important aspects of statistics, which are the first one is collection and the second one is representation. As we know that there are four aspects of statistics, right? The first one is collection, representation, analysis and then conclusion. So in this chapter we are going to study the different methods, okay, which are useful to collect the data and to represent the data. So let's start with this chapter. So the first point in this chapter is variable and attributes. We will see the definition and the meaning of variable and attributes. Variable and attributes. As we know that, I guess everyone knows the meaning of variable, okay? Variable means a characteristic which change its value, right? If I give you f of x is equals to 2. So this is a constant function, right? So while studying mathematics, statistics, we came across this word variable and the constant, right? So the constant means what? The characteristic which does not change its value. But the variable means what? It changes its value accordingly. Okay? So it is given that while studying any phenomenon, we come across two types of characteristics. So the first is a constant and the second one is variable. Okay? Either it will be constant, either it will be variable. Like if I say gender of any person, it will be constant, it will not change, right? So it is a constant characteristic of that person. And if I say the weight of a person, so it will be changed, it is not constant. Weight of a person is not a constant, okay? It may get reduced, it may get increased, okay? So here the weight is example of variable and the gender is example of a constant characteristic, okay? The characteristic which does not change its value is called constant and the characteristic which change its value is called variable. For example, you can say here gender. Then the next example is height of a person after 25 years. Height of a person after 25 years, okay? So after 25 years, the person height will not change. And the variable के examples है examination results of a candidate, right? So this is a qualitative variable characteristic. Now we will see the actual definition of attributes and variable, okay? So what is attributes? It was a meaning, okay, but now we will see the actual definition of attributes and variable. A qualitative characteristic. Qualitative means which cannot be measured, which cannot be count 1 2 3, like gender. Gender count नहीं कर सकते ना, one female, मतलब gender is a qualitative characteristic. Either it will be male or it will be female, okay. And blood group, it cannot be count, right? सिर्फ वो नेम गिवन है O, A+, AB positive, like that. And also beauty cannot be measured, right? So this is also a qualitative characteristic. So characteristic भी दो टाइप के होते हैं, एक होता है qualitative, yes, and the second one is quantitative. Okay. So a qualitative characteristic like a gender, nationality, religion, grade in the examination, blood group, beauty, defectiveness of an article produced by machine is called attributes. Okay. So what is attribute? It is a qualitative characteristic. Okay. Similarly, what will be variable? A quantitative characteristic. Okay. A quantitative characteristic which changes its value is called variable. For example, so this is what? This is a quantitative characteristic. Here the examples are beauty, gender, then the grade of a marks, okay, then the defectiveness, and here the examples are weight of a person, population of a country, profit of a salesman, all are examples of a variable, okay. So it can be clearly notified that the variables can be measured by the numbers, okay. 1, 2, 3 में उसको measure कर सकते हैं, but the attribute cannot be measured in the numbers. So further the variables can be divided into two categories. So the variables are divided into two categories. So first one is a discrete variable, जो हम लोग अभी पढ़ने वाले हैं, right? And the second one is a continuous variable. Okay, so the first is discrete variable and second one is a continuous variable. Now we will see the definition of a discrete variable. A variable taking only particular values or isolated values is called discrete variable. Okay, for example, number of students in a class. It will take a particular value. 50 होंगे student class में, 60 होंगे, like that. Okay, so that is example of a discrete variable. A number of article produced by the machine. ऐसा तो नहीं होगा मशीन ने 100 भी निकाला है, प्रोड्यूस किया है, मशीन ने 500 आर्टिकल्स भी प्रोड्यूस किया है, नो. Okay, so it will consider only one value, particular value or the only isolated value. So this is called discrete variable, and the examples are the number of students in the class, number of article produced by the machine, etc. So the most of the discrete variables have the integral values. ऐसा नहीं हो सकता the number of students in the class are 50.5. ओके ऐसा नहीं होता, इंटीग्रल वैल्यू ही होना चाहिए, इंटीजर ही होना चाहिए उसका वैल्यू, कंप्लीट नंबर 50, 52, 60, 100 एक्सेट्रा. ओके, so always the discrete value take the integral value, discrete variable. Okay, now the next is a continuous variable. Here variable having the fixed value, right, particular integer value, and here the variable having the what, between the ranges. समझ में आया, continuous and the variable. Here it will have a constant, it will have the isolated value, and here the value will be in the range. So a variable taking all the possible values in the certain range is called continuous variable. For example, weight of a person. We can say the weight of a person is lies between 50 kg to 60 kg. Yes. It can be fluctuate between the 15 and 16. Okay. Length of a screw produced by the machine, temperature at a certain place, agriculture production, electricity consumption of a family. So we can give one range for this type of variable. Okay. These are all example of a continuous variable. Now it is observed that the many continuous variables such as marks, income, weight of a person look like a discrete variable after the measurement. This is mainly due to the limitation of measuring instrument. Okay, using the better instrument one can have the accurate measurement and overcome this difficulty. Now we will see the diagram. We will summarize the various type of data. Okay, so we will see one diagram. data is of two type. Either it will be variable, जो varies हो रहा है data, or it is a constant. Then variable is also of two type. Quantitative and qualitative. Then here it is attributes. Okay. Either the variable will have the quantitative characteristic or it will have the qualitative characteristic. Qualitative means beauty, gender, etc. So it is called attributes. Okay. Then for the quantitative variable is defined into, quantitative variable means what? It change accordingly. Okay. So the quantitative variable is discrete variable or continuous variable. Okay. So this is the classification for the data. Okay. So either it will be variable or the constant, then qualitative variable or the qualitative variable, discrete and the continuous variable. Now we will see the next topic, which is very important topic of this chapter, which is a classification. Classification is one of the method for representing data. Okay. So the next topic is classification. In order to study the characteristic or the group of a characteristic of any type, the first phase is to collect data, right? Now, so the raw data. First is definition of a raw data. The unprocessed data in terms of individual observation are called raw data. Okay. So to study any topic or to study any research, okay, so the first thing is what? You have to collect the data. Okay. The unprocessed data in the form of individual observations are called raw data. जो initially data collect करेंगे, that is called raw data. Now for the sake of further statistical analysis, the data items are arranged in the increasing or the decreasing order. However, if there is a huge amount of observation, then merely ordered arrangement is not enough. It does not furnish much useful information, nor does it reduce the bulk of data. So the data in this form are difficult to comprehend, analyze and interpret. For example, income of 5,000 individual is given for the analysis. So sometimes it may happen you get the huge amount of individual on which you have to do your research. Okay. So in that case it is not possible for classify the data in the increasing and the decreasing order. For example, income of a 5,000 individual. Okay. So it becomes very difficult, okay, to rearrange that data into increasing or decreasing order. So in that case, we will use one of the tool of a statistic, which is called classification. Okay, it is called classification. So the entire process of making the homogeneous and non-overlapping group of observation according to the similarities is called classification. So suppose if you have a huge amount of data, okay, huge amount of data, and it is not possible to classify it, okay, because it is huge number of elements are there into this data, then in this type of case the classification, which is the tool of a statistic, is used to rearrange the data, okay, in a certain groups. So what classification does, it will divide your data into some classes. Okay, then and it will make each class as a homogeneous मतलब practicable and नॉन ओवरलैपिंग मतलब इसमें जो है वो इसमें नहीं आएगा, कॉमन नहीं आएगा. इट विल क्लासिफाई देम ओके अकॉर्डिंग टू देयर सिमिलैरिटीज इज कॉल्ड क्लासिफिकेशन. ओके, so the groups of formed is called class interval or the classes. So here the groups which will form by this tool classification are called either class interval, you can say class interval or classes. Okay, now objectives of the classification. So there are different objectives which are given on page number 2.3. The objectives of the classification, every method or the every chapter has some objectives, right? So we will see what is the objectives or what are the objectives of the classification. So the objectives of the classification can be summarized as follows. So the first one is it contains the data. Okay, it will give you the compact form. It omits unnecessary details. So it will provide you only the necessary details. It facilitates the comparison with other data. So with the help of this method, this tool, you can compare your data with other data. Okay, for example, in case of a classification of income of a 5,000 individual, one can find the number of individuals below the poverty line or income distribution of a two countries can be compared. So you can compare you can compare the distribution income distribution of any two countries. Okay. Now the fourth objective is it reveals the prominent features of the data. It will give the features of the data. For example, we can find the income group in which the majority of a family lies. Okay. Then the next is it enables further analysis like computation of average, dispersion, etc. So these are the objectives of a classification. Now the next topic is frequency distribution. We need to study how the observation are classified and the frequency distribution is formed. Okay. So now we will see the frequency distribution of a continuous variables. The procedure of a classification of a continuous variable differs slightly from that of the discrete variables. So now we will see the procedure how to do the frequency distribution. Okay. So the first is, suppose it is given on page number 2.4. Okay. So first procedure is find the smallest and the largest observation, calculate the difference between them. This is the difference called the range. Okay. So the example is given on this. I am writing this example on the board. Okay, and then we will, with the help of this procedure point, we will see how to find the frequency distribution. Okay. So I am writing this example. It is given on page number 2.4. 118. Example is the following are the scores in the intelligent test conducted for the 80 students. Conducted for the 80 students of a candidate of a certain class. Okay. So this is the data which is given: 100, 84, 103, 120, 108, 91, 119, 106, 83, 77, 93, 86, 114, 126, 99, 129, 90, 84, 82, 115, 64, 97, 83, 98, 87, 108, 109, 75 and 125. 91, 116, 124, 77, 98, 96, 81, 101, 99, 114. 137, 95, 84, 94, 106, 88, 82, 107, 72, 103, 88, 89 and 71, 95, 106, 92, 117, 114, 108, 95, 102, 75, 128 or 81, 97, 63, 94, 73, 86, 123, 14, 101, 80, 61, 105, 92, 111, 104. Okay, so this is the data of our 80 students of a scores in the intelligent test. Okay, so the procedure one is find the smallest and the largest observation, calculate the difference between them. This is called the range. So what is the smallest and the largest observation? Okay, 112 is there, then 115 there, 137 is there. So here 137, yes, so 137 is the largest one. Okay, and which is the smallest one? 75 hai, then 64 is also there, 61 is also there, 61. All right, so 61 is the smallest one. Okay, so here 137 is the largest one and the 61 is the smallest one. Okay, so therefore the step 1, the smallest one, the largest is 137 and the smallest is 61. Therefore the range is what? 137 minus 61. Hence the range is 76. Okay, so this is your first step to find out the range. It is 76. Now the second step is decide the class by dividing the range into the several intervals. The number of class be preferred between the 7 to 20. So the second point is we have to divide, okay, the classes by dividing the range into the several intervals. So the number of classes must be between 7 to 20. So here 80 number of students are there. So what we will do, we will make the 8 classes. Okay, 8 classes and each of which having the width of 10. Okay, so the first class we'll make 8 classes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, and the width of each class will be what? 10. Now here the smallest one is what? 61. तो हमको ऐसे रेंज लेना है जिसमें हमारे सारे ऑब्जर्वेशन इंक्लूड हो. So 61 is there, right? So we will make first class is from 60 to 69. Okay, so this is your classes. So first class is from 60 to 69. Why I have choose this 60 to 69? Because 61 will go into this range, right? 60 to 69, and width of this class will be 69, and the largest one is what? 137. Okay, तो 137 तक हमारे classes जाना चाहिए. So 60 to 69, then 70 to 79, 82, 89, 92, 99, 100 to 109, then 110 to 119, 120 to 129, 130 to 139. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 बना दिया मैंने क्लासेस और हर एक का विड्थ 10 लिया है, so that the largest observation 137 will goes into the last column. So we have to make the classes in this manner. Okay. Now the next is prepare the first column of a table by entering the class interval. So this is your first table. Okay, this will be your first table. So this will be your second table and this will be your third table. It is given on page number 2.5. Please just go through it. I don't have a place. Okay, मुझे draw करने के लिए place नहीं है, but we will draw after rubbing this. So here first column will be classes, then the second column will be telemarks, and the third one is for frequency. Okay, now what you have to do, classify the observation one by one in the appropriate class by putting telemarks in the second column against the corresponding classes. Okay, so what you have to do, 112. अभी हमें each observation को देखना है. 112 कौन से क्लास में जाएगा? It will goes into 110 to 109. So I'll put 1 here, 1 telemark. Okay. 100 will goes into here. I'll put 1 here. 84 will go here. I'll put here. Okay. So you have to go through each observation and put 1 telemarks in this column. जो भी range में वो belong करता है वहाँ पे तुम्हें 1 telemark देना है. Now cross the observation from the original data to avoid the double counting. Okay, count the telemarks and enter the number in the third number. After putting all these telemarks we have to count them. तो count कैसा करना है? You must know this. 1 2 3 4 और suppose the 5 रहे तो we have to cut them like this. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 और यहाँ पे जो भी नंबर आएगा वो हमें लिखना है. So here in the first case I am directly writing, it is given. Okay, so चलो start करते हैं count करना. 112 will go here, then 100 will go here, then 84 will go here, 103 will go here, then 120 will go here, 108 will go here, then 91 will go here, then 119 will go here, 106 will go here, 1 2 3 4. Okay, then 83 will go here, 77 here, 93 here, 86 will goes into 82 89 here, 114 here. See, 1 2 3 4. For the 5 you have to do like this. Okay, so here the 5 numbers will be there. Then after putting all the telemarks you have to count how many telemarks are there. Okay, so likewise we have to put all the telemarks in the telemarks column and then we have to count like this: 1 2 3 4 5, 1 2 3 4 5. Okay, and then we have to write that number over here. It will give you frequency. Okay, so here the solution for this example is given on page number 2.5. Okay, so this is the way to find out the classification. Now we will do this problem again in the next class.